Safdar Bahakti. And your mic is muted, Professor.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Welcome, Professor.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the conference team for providing me this chance to speak at this forum. And the topic of my presentation is analyzing instructional practices of TEFLers at Allama Iqbal Open University, Bahawalpur, a case study. And that is a brief sketch of my talk. Respected audience, distance education is the most popular selection for the learners of every field and levels throughout the world. It has been providing a large number of programs to majority of the learners seeking a chance to continue education in their professional careers. It allows the learners to study at their own pace and capability. They cover the requirements for planning and implementing learning experiences. Instructional strategies provide the actual pathway along with an instructor will deliver his instructions. They may provide lifelong learning. Instruction practices consist of principles and methods used by teachers to enhance and relate the training to learners. It is defined by the process that we use to instruct people on a particular topic. It is an effective practice to use problem-solving tasks and experiences to introduce concepts, build on prior knowledge, incorporate students' ideas, and consolidate learning. Educators who use instructional strategies allow students to make meaningful connections between concepts learned in class and real-life situations. They offer an opportunity for students to demonstrate their knowledge and course correct on their own when needed. These are some key instructional strategies: anticipating, monitoring, selecting, sequencing, and connecting. Now, I would like to move towards the statement of the problem. Distance education is a current challenge for the educational institutions of the world. All of them are trying to cope with this challenge according to their available resources. In this study, an attempt has been made to explore the only one aspect of this mode of education, that is, instructional practices. It is supposed that in future, distance education will be the only mode to fulfill the demands of society without losing quality and standards. If we talk about the significance of the study, that will be helpful for the distance learning students, helpful for the teachers, and definitely will be beneficial for the institutions as well. The objectives of my study were to create technology-assisted teaching materials to enrich the learning environment, to bring the remarkable differences in the level of motivation of TEFLers throughout latest instructional strategies. Basically, TEFL is purely a teacher training program to polish their existing teaching and communication skills. So TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. And my research questions were, what type of instructional practices are being made by the teachers for the TEFLers? And what are the major problems faced by the teachers and the TEFLers in distance learning? Now, I would like to move towards the literature review. Distance learning is performing an important role in the progress of higher level education. It is the family of instructional methods in which the teaching behaviors are executed apart from the learning behaviors. Vedimeyer states that the actual method of distance education is a varied type of education in which the independence of the learner is fundamental principle. It includes distance teaching. The instructor's role is in the process, and distance learning, the student's role in the process. The main focus of such type of study is betterment of the learners, providing education on daily basis. It was a case study based on descriptive type of research, and the approach was quantitative, and the random sampling was done, and 200 TEFLers from Bahawalpur, Pakistan participated in this study. A questionnaire was used for the TEFLers to collect the data from the respondents. And these were some factors which I deduced from the collected data. Improved speaking skills, 80% TEFLers were agreed. Enhanced vocabulary, 70% agreed. Confidence increased, 90% agreed. Learn new teaching methods, 30% agreed. And become motivated learners, 50% were agreed. And that is a graphic description of my talk. Now I'd like to move towards the findings. Specific instructional strategies used in the teaching learning process make the process more interesting and effective. Participation of learners and purpose of study were obtained from the results of the study by applying the best instructional practices. It was very encouraging to find that a number of instructional techniques were already being used in distance education. Almost all the tutors were using their available resources for facilitating distance learners. The faculty support is a kind distinguished feature of Allama Iqbal Open University, Pakistan. The most of the tutorials, computer-assisted instructions were applied in the teaching learning process. From tabulated data, it is clear that distance learners are familiar with the concept of online instructional strategies and getting benefits in their studies. It is main characteristic of distance education that learners are free to study at their own pace and free will. Applying instructional strategies made the students' participation maximum, and they achieved their objectives fully. Instructional practices provide suitable environment for learning, offer potential for group work, and develop critical thinking among the learners and high-order skills to ponder over the truths. Best instructional practices enhance the quality of education and are helpful in presenting the visual presentation of the topic under discussion. Mobile technology is used on preferred basis while learning at distance independently, and multimedia is used in classroom discussions during the tutorial meetings. Instructional practices add good learning experience of the distance learners and practical usage of problem solving while separated from their tutors in time and space. Now, in the end, I would like to give some suggestions and recommendations. Some workshops must be conducted to create awareness among distance learning students. Teachers should lay emphasis on the English as a medium of instruction in the TEFL classes. Teachers should promote interactive techniques while conducting tutorials. Teachers should present their lesson in an enjoyable, relaxed, and comprehensive way. Some refresher courses for better teacher training for the creation of English-speaking environment within classroom should be arranged. Instructional practices must be pre-planned and part of syllabi in distance education to make the learners' participation active in the teaching learning process. Maximum instructional strategies should be included according to the nature of the subjects and content of the topic under discussion. Online lectures should be delivered and facility of video should be provided. Video conferencing must be applied both by the learners and the tutors. Application of instructional strategies on individual basis must be encouraged, and their proper use must be guided to check the wastage of time in learning process. And that was a questionnaire which I distributed among the TEFLers of Bahawalpur region. And these were some references from which I got the help. And thanks for joining me. And any question, please?
Of course, Professor. Any of our participants have any question?
Yes, please.
Okay, I think there is no question. Thank you so much for your presentation, Professor. Thank you.
So nice of you, sir. Thank you very much.